All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to talk about yet again Dragon Age the Veilguard. Yes, the brand new game that is coming out from BioWare that is going to rejuvenate the entire franchise. It's going to rejuvenate the developers. It's going to rejuvenate the company. Well, we all know that's not going to happen. When it comes to Dragon Age the Veilguard, I got to be honest with you, even for me, this was a massive, massive disappointment.
My disappointment is immeasurable. And my day is ruined.
Now, when I say even for me, I mean it coming from a place of just complete apathy. Like, I don't care about BioWare anymore. And it's just sad because, like I've said in many videos, I was a major BioWare shill back during initial, real BioWare, not the BioWare that we have now, just like I was a massive Blizzard shill before they decided to merge with Activision. But unfortunately for me, even with someone who had completely low standards, at least in terms of viewing what was going to be the next Dragon Age, I had zero hopes for this game whatsoever. And even I somehow left disappointed after the reveal. I just don't even know how that's possible. But then when you really look at it and you deep dive into it, you're going to realize that, yeah, this is not Dragon Age anymore. So let's get into this article, guys, from That Park Plays. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. It says new Dragon Age the Veilguard characters rejected by players, and they said that they've been modern audience. Now, for me, I gotta be honest with you, the design of the characters is my least concern. I'm just 100% honesty, that's the least of my concern. Do some of them look like modern audience characters? Absolutely. Do I think they're pushing that in this? Yeah, probably. But in the grand scheme of things, there's so many red flags when it comes to Dragon Age Veilguard that the character designs are the least of my concern. It says BioWare released a brief character trailer introducing a number of characters that will appear in the company's upcoming The Dragon Age the Veilguard, and players are expressing their concern. And it states on X, the official Dragon Age account posted, "We finally are ready to reveal our most compelling companion yet in Dragon Age. Meet the Veilguard." On YouTube, the longer form trailer reveals that the characters beginning with a female dwarf named Harding. Next, it reveals what appears to be a disabled black woman as a mage named Neve. Third is a male named Lucanus, who is described as a mage killer. The fourth companion is a character named Balar, who is described as the Veil Jumper. She appears to be an Asian woman. The fourth character is an elderly white man named Emmerich, who is a necromancer. The fifth is a black male warden named Davrim. The sixth appears to be a gender-confused Kunari named Tash. She's a dragon hunter. The character trailer currently has a massively downloaded on YouTube. It currently only has about 31,000 likes compared to 144,000 dislikes. The trailer has only 1.1 million views. That means that over 12% of those who watched the trailer disliked it. Now, again, ladies and gentlemen, this game, if you look at the trailer, if you look at the screenshots, if you look at the art style, if you just look at the overall direction, I mean, it's just, there are so many red flags coming to this game, but the main one is that this just doesn't look like a Dragon Age game. This is not a Dragon Age game. It looks like, in my opinion, something that was meant to be some sort of multiplayer shooter. Like, that's basically it. Like, it looks like a team shooter. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting. I'm getting very Overwatch vibes. I'm getting very World of Warcraft art style. I'm getting very almost cartoony characters. Like, this is not the Dragon Age that we know and that we've loved in the past. And granted, the current Dragon Age that came out, Inquisition, wasn't that loved from players, but still, it at least had the look to it. It had the feel to it. It had the characters to it. Whatever the fuck this is, I have no idea what this is, but when I watched this trailer, it looked like I was watching a team shooter being played out. You know, when they introduce characters and they introduce people you can play as, that is essentially what I'm getting. I'm getting a very live service, team shooter-esque vibe from Dragon Age the Veilguard. Now, to my knowledge, this was supposed to be transitioned, no pun intended, into a single-player focused game with a somewhat online mode, typical of the last one that came out, which was Inquisition. I don't know if that's still the case. I got to be honest with you. Watching the trailer makes me seem like this is a live service game through and through. It says numerous users in the comments roasted the game. The top comment reads, "You either die as a Dragon Age or live long enough to see yourself become Fortnite." That's exactly what it is. Oh my God. The Fortnite comparison is spot on. It is spot on. I mean, these characters do not look like Dragon Age in the fucking I don't even know what this is, bro. Like, is this the Kuna? I don't know. I have no idea. Another person said, is this what Duncan died for? One user wrote, the game is going to sell a lot of copies of Dragon Age Origins. Yeah, it sure is. Another question, I waited 10 years for a cartoon. No, dude, that's exactly what it is. Like, this game has been in development for like 9 to 10 years. We waited a decade to get a team-looking shooter Dragon Age. That is how pathetic this looks. Forget the modernity. Forget the fucking modern audience stuff. Forget all the woke shit that's obviously going to be in this game. I got to be real with you. Fuck all that, because this game is just not a Dragon Age game. That's the biggest problem that it has going for it right now. The look, the feel, and the overall aesthetic is just not there for what players have come to expect from a Dragon Age game from BioWare. It says, still another question, how do we go from dark fantasy to Saturday morning cartoons? One user posted the real reason why YouTube removed the dislikes. Another compared the game to a financial disaster of Suicide Squad killed the Justice League, Suicide's Veilguard killed the Dragon Age. One predicted that EA would be shutting down BioWare following the release of this game, EA closing BioWare in 3, 2, 1. Another noted, oh yes, Baldur's Gate 3 looks more like Dragon Age than Dragon Age itself. Absolutely. That's oh, I didn't even think about that. Baldur's Gate 3 looks more like Dragon Age than actual Dragon Age now looks like Dragon Age. That is just an inception and a mindfuck that I was not ready for, but that is genuinely what it is. This game is going to sell more copies of Dragon Age Origins and Baldur's Gate 3 than they will of actual Veilguard. On X, there was more roasting to be done with the trailer. YouTuber Endymion posted, none of the characters look very interesting. They all look like they've been modern audience. Fuck me, BioWare. YouTuber Minimal Effort Gaming wrote, laughing my ass off. Y'all Kathleen Kennedy the shit out of this. Maxim wrote, this looks like dog water. Everything from the heinous character designs, music, and overall silly tone. Hard pass on this trash. SWT channel posted, one is a gritty, mature Dragon Age we fell in love with. The other is a checkmark Overwatch clone. Dude, I'm glad I'm not the only one that is not seeing the blatant, obvious comparisons to Overwatch. I really feel like this Dragon Age The Veilguard is going the same exact route as Overwatch. They're just not trying to classify themselves as a team shooter because there's everybody's coming out with a team shooter. That's like the latest battle royale fad is now a team shooter fad. So I don't think they want to classify themselves as such, but that trailer really screams to me team shooter. That trailer screams to me an Overwatch clone. That's really what it looks like. From the aesthetic all the way down to the overall presentation, it's just team shooter all day. The negative reaction to the trailer comes in the wake of BioWare changing the game's name from Dreadwolf to Veilguard. The company explained that the change in the titles because they didn't want to put a focus on the enemy, but rather the player and his companions. In a blog post, the company detailed naturally the Dreadwolf still has an important part in his tale, which we've already written about. So again, guys, this game is going to be not only just woke as shit, but overall, I just think that the development hell wasn't very nice to this game. I think it's going to be absolute trash. But of course, like I always say, time is going to tell whether or not that's got to follow through. But man, this art style is going to lose a lot of people who are hardcore Dragon Age fans. And I think what they're hoping for is that by going with this art style, they're going to be able to get the younger audience, or I should say, let me be real, the modern audience, right? Like they think they're going to get the modern audience by going with this art style, but I don't think it's going to work out for them in the long term. But let's see. Time will tell. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.